Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are back together with you with today's most interesting interviews. Let's listen them and I will try to give my honest opinions about these interviews. Let's watch it together.
Grip looked at a premium for everybody out there today, but you were at least top in the times. How are you feeling after that run in FP2?
Yeah, pretty happy to be honest. I think the car felt like it was in a good place. F1 was a very different story, so yeah, glad that everything came together a bit more, and I think the one lap pace looked strong, and the longer running looked reasonable as well. So pretty happy with that. Obviously still some things that we want to try and work on and make a bit nicer, but all in all, a good first day.
It looked like a pretty comfortable gap as well after the rest of the field. Were you surprised at just how big a gap it was?
Yes and no. I think for it to be quite that big was a bit of a surprise, but I think the others will find a bit more tomorrow. I think it'll be pretty close. So nice to have it now, but Bahrain's also a track that you can overtake on, and tyre deg is a big factor. So qualifying here is still going to be important, but I think we need to make sure we've got a good race car as well.
And the early signs are that you do. I know you said it was kind of so-so, but early signs are that you do have a race car.
Yeah, I think we look decent. It's just everyone's degrading a lot. So I think we just need to look into the details and see how we can make that a little bit nicer. But yeah, I mean, it certainly wasn't too bad. So yeah, we'll try and make it even better tomorrow, and yeah, just be good on both fronts.
Yeah, his performance was just amazing today, but like Norris, we will listen him. Also, it's just they're saying or trying to say that like we are not that much fast, that everyone thinks that we are the fast, but one thing is so clear. Everyone was expected domination from the McLaren for this race weekend, and until now, just we have watched how they're dominating the weekend. They are pretty strong here. Of course, a lot of things just changed from the preseason testing until now, but they are just doing an amazing job, and their car is just looks pretty strong. Let's listen also Lando Norris what he's going to say about today's the car performance.
Hey Lando, as first days go, that didn't look too bad from outside. How did it feel inside the car?
Shocking. I think it was for everyone today, to be honest. Comparing to the test was a dream. This was horrendous. So yeah, I mean, difficult day, just readapting back to the reality of Bahrain, the difficulties of Bahrain, which make it tough or make it exciting on Sunday, because the degradation's incredible today comparing to the test. Yeah, so it's kind of a weird day, because everything feels dreadful, but I think relatively, our place was still in a reasonable place. Yeah, so I think a reasonable Friday.
I like how you keep me on my toes. It's good, though, that if it is feeling dreadful, you are still able to get pace on the car. Have you got a few things or a lot of things to look at tonight to maybe hopefully make it feel less dreadful? Or is it down to the conditions?
No, I think it's just conditions. It's just the temperature. It's hot, it's windy. It's more the temperature which makes such a big difference, So it's what it is. It's the same challenges for everyone. Big challenge is how can you look after the rear tyres in the best way possible. It's just a lot of it is like we came into this weekend with a lot of our information from the preseason test, but it's basically like throw all of that in the bin and just start again, because it's so different today. We're seconds off what we were doing, so difficult, but I think a good starting point to the weekend. Plenty of things for the team and myself to work on.
And for what it's worth, throwing that all away, you're still quite a few tenths based on the timesheets ahead of everyone else. So if it's going to feel awful, it'd be good to have that, at least have that gap over everyone else.
Yeah, I don't think they turned up. So yeah, everyone just looks at the timesheets. They have no idea about the information on who turns up, who doesn't. It's like 3.5, 4 tenths around here. So that puts us immediately back in the same position as the Mercedes. So at the minute, I wouldn't say we're any quicker.
I don't know. I don't know why Norris is not saying yes. We have a dominant car, and yes, we are going to dominate all the weekend. But he is just keeping to say we don't know how they turned up their engine. We don't know what they hide. Blah 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 blah, things like that. But I think he needs to be more clear and to win your opponent, and psychologically, just if I would like him, I know that I can't be, but if I would say definitely, yeah, we have the dominant car and we will beat everyone at the qualifying, and we will beat everyone on the race, and just I will make the oppositions, I will make the other teams, let's say, to be afraid of the McLaren, but let's say he is not doing like that. Let's listen to George Russell.
George, only the one session of running for you today, but how did you find FP2? It looked timing-wise
it was
decent.
Okay. Yeah, it was okay. We expected McLaren to be a big step ahead here, and we saw that today, and long way ahead in the middle sector where the tyres are overheating. So we know we've got a bit of work to do, but I think we're in that position fighting for the next best. I think. Oh, I hear my name over. What? Did you get a penalty for that?
You got a fine.
What?
You got a fine.
Oh, so that's less than Carlos's poo. Yeah, it's cheaper. Sorry, that was off-piste.
That's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. You were saying the middle sector is where you expected the McLarens to be stronger anyway.
Yeah.
But that it was decent
Yeah,
overall.
well, I think it was pretty decent. I think the Ferraris were on course for a pretty good lap. I think they had a bit of a bad last sector, but I think it's going to be close, probably between ourselves, Ferrari, and Max. But we just never know, to be honest. But I definitely feel, unlike the last 3 races, this won't be dominated by qualifying. This weekend it's going to be dominated by race pace, by tyre deck. So, of course, you want to have a good qualifying, but the race is where the action will be.
We saw that you only went out on the softs. Is that correct in that session? Was that always part of the plan? What was the thinking behind that?
Well, because the afternoon is so much cooler, and we qualify in the afternoon, we race in the afternoon, we decided to save the soft tyres this morning when it was hot and you don't really learn a lot, and just use them this evening. So it was right cool.
Isaac, the pace.
He's doing such an amazing job, and he just adapted himself to that role that he leads the team, and he's doing a pretty good job after leaving Lewis Hamilton the team. But I think the Mercedes is the team that is like they have a pace near to McLaren, and until now looks like they have a bigger chance to beat McLaren, but they can't actually for this race. In other races, I don't know what will happen, but for this race, as I said on the Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris video, they will be just dominate. They will be dominate this race week. But for George Russell, I want to say to him just congratulations that his work, his passion to the team, and every single week he's maximizing the performance of the car. And let's listen to this young guy, and also he's doing amazing jobs.
These look good out there today. Talk me through it. How good was that in FP2?
Yeah, FP2 was good compared to FP1. FP1 was just didn't make any sense with how hot the track was, so it was not like reliable informations, I would say. FP2 was made much more sense, and on one lap pace again we were quite strong. I had good feeling with the car. Still room for improvements, because I would say this was actually our first real session today. So yeah, a lot to look forward to tomorrow.
When the conditions cooled in that evening session, did the grip come back? Did it feel a little bit more drivable?
It was worlds apart, I have to say. This morning was really not enjoyable. Now it was back to pretty much F1 standards, I would say. It was big difference.
How optimistic are you about being able to fight again for Q3 tomorrow?
I think I'm always optimistic because I know I'm gonna put the work in tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, definitely we're still, I would say, in the mix. But it's gonna be a hard fight.
Were you surprised at the gaps around you? Because it looked quite close in that top 10 behind the McLaren.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not surprising. It's what you would expect in the midfield. So, yeah, I know tomorrow is going to be about details.
Yeah, he is just doing an amazing job, as he said. Like today was for him like black and white. In the early session, he was struggling a lot with the hot air, with the hot temperature of the track. But at the night session, I think he just showed his real pace and real limit of the car. He is just doing a pretty good job. If you compare with Liam Lawson, he just finished FP2 at the sixth position. We will see what will happen tomorrow with the qualifying, but until now he is just doing an amazing job. And we will listen Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, and after that I will comment for both of them. I am not gonna interrupt between the Ferrari drivers. Let's listen to them.
Lewis, talk to us about how you found today, especially FP2 with the more representative session.
Same old Fridays. It was fun. Quite difficult in the morning, as always, with the temperature being so high. The grip was terrible on the hard tire for the first run. There's quite a big shock from hard to soft, which was much better. But we made some changes, and car felt pretty decent in P2.
If we look ahead to qualifying and to the race, where are you guys focusing your attention? What do you feel like is more important, and where do you think you're going to end up sort of shaking out amongst the other teams?
Just consistency, just trying to get pulling the laps together, having a car that's easy to drive and that's consistent through the lap. At the moment, it's a bit different between low, medium and high, as you often have, and so we're just trying to finesse it, trying to tweak it, and then make sure that we have good long run pace, because that's where you need to be strong here particularly.
You guys have also brought some upgrades this weekend. Any word on how they're feeling?
The upgrade's definitely working, and big thank you to everyone back home for working so hard on bringing the upgrades, because it's never an easy thing. It's a lot of work that goes on in the wind tunnel, and a lot of work that goes on in fabricating and putting together these floors. So it's just good to see that we're taking steps forwards. We're trying to now extract more from it. I hope that we can make the right steps overnight to tomorrow.
Charles, the pace looked encouraging, I thought, in second practice relative to where you guys have been before. So I know it's baby steps, but it looked like a step better at least.
Yeah, as I said, I'm trying to push into a direction that allows me to extract a bit more out of the car. But to be honest, the potential of the car remains the same, and we're just not fast enough. When we look at the McLaren, they are just on another planet for now. And it's annoying, but it's the way it is, and it actually motivates me to try and close that gap as soon as possible, but they are incredibly fast. But it's been a tricky session because it's so much warmer than the test, and obviously you go into a session expecting the grip that you had at the test, and it's completely different. So we've got to readjust the car, and there will be a lot of work during the night to try and turn the situation around some more.
You had some upgrades here. I know that you're not trying to make too much out of them, but did they at least deliver what the team expected they would do?
They did. So that's positive, but unfortunately the gap to McLaren is still too big.
So is that a case of damage limitation, not just for tomorrow and Sunday, but until I guess you get the next set of upgrades if you're kind of topping out on the car's potential at the minute?
Yeah, we've got to maximize the car potential that we have for now. If that means finishing 4th, 3rd, 5th, I don't know what that will be, but we'll have to take it. And I hope that at one point we'll be back at being the fastest car on track, and there it will be a matter of maximizing the car again, but for wins and not for P3 anymore.
You mentioned McLaren being on another planet, but are you in the fight with Mercedes and Red Bull, do you think, if you get everything right?
With Mercedes, it seems that we are pretty much there. With Red Bull, it's a bit more difficult. I think Max only had one less tire compared to us in FP2, so I think he's probably a bit in front. But we've got to wait and see again. I think there's some performance still to be found on our side, maximizing the car, the upgrade, and we'll see where that leads us more.
Yeah, definitely Ferraris are struggling a lot. They bring new update here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, but it seems like upgrades worked out, but not like the Tifosi was expecting. I'm talking for both of the drivers. Maybe for the Leclerc, things are going much better than Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis Hamilton is definitely struggling a lot with the Ferrari. I want to hope that he's just the learning phase for the car, but they are losing a lot of points right now, and I think until the other upgrade, these races are going to be for Ferrari like a damage limitation race, but we need to wait actually and to see what time will bring for the Ferrari. But if things keeps going like this, this season will be for them like a nightmare, let's say. Just don't forget to like the video, comment it, and subscribe to the channel. And also after the qualifying we will have this kind of video, and also at the Sunday after the race we will have a video like this, let's say with the most interesting interviews, or with the title that we are saying a lot of times, who said what, or something like that. One more time, just don't forget to like the video, comment it, and subscribe to the channel.